Preparation for a career in nursing can start as early as high school. Students can enhance their college application by taking courses in areas such as biology, chemistry, algebra, and geometry. Completing advanced coursework and maintaining a high GPA can help students earn admittance to a nursing program. Some advanced high school courses may satisfy college-level prerequisites to save students time and money. Extracurricular activities can also help prepare students. Now we will be hearing about the background of a registered nurse who works here at New Hanover Regional Medical Center.
I have a bachelor's degree in nursing. I got that from the University of Maine. And then after I got my bachelor's degree, I started working as a nurse. And then I actually finished with my master's in nursing education a couple years ago. So I do have my MSN.
An associate degree in nursing typically provides the fastest route to entry-level careers in the field. However, a two-year degree does not qualify degree holders for all nursing positions. With a bachelor's degree, graduates can pursue a wider variety of nursing roles. Bachelor degree holders can also enroll in graduate school.
I applied to college. It sounds like it's a little bit different than your program and how you have to do it, but when I applied and I was still in high school, I applied directly to the nursing program and got into the nursing program. And actually, I started at University of New Hampshire. I started my nursing education there, and I was there for about a year and a half. And then I transferred directly from that nursing program to the nursing program at UMaine, so I could go to in-state tuition. So I was like on a direct path. I didn't have anything. I didn't do like, let me start in psych, or let me do liberal arts and then go to nursing, or I didn't do like nutrition and then go into nursing, you know? So for me, it was very linear.
Coursework and specialization options vary by program, degree level, and school, so learners should ensure their chosen programs align with their career goals. In addition to the degree, students should choose individual courses carefully. Courses in nursing programs often provide learners with a unique perspective of healthcare discipline, serve as prerequisites for more advanced training, and deliver specialized skills and expertise.
With nursing, you have so many different opportunities, so many different options, and so many different places you can work, and so many ways that you can make an impact in someone else's life. And you just go for it, just do it. And if you don't like something, that's okay. Do it for a little while and change. I recommend nursing to anybody. Know you're a little bit of an introvert, and what I do might not be for you. There's so many different other opportunities within nursing where you don't necessarily have to do one-on-one patient care, or you don't really have to communicate with patients,
Yeah.
So there's just so many opportunities.
Nurses must typically renew their license every 2 to 3 years. To qualify for license renewal, nurses must ensure their skills and knowledge remain current. Professionals must complete certain continuing education requirements every renewal period. Registered nurses in the state must complete at least 20 hours of continuing nursing education during each renewal period. Those working in direct patient care must complete a human trafficking prevention course, and nurses in geriatric care must fulfill 2 contact hours in older adult or geriatric courses. Nurses in emergency care settings must complete at least 2 contact hours in forensic evidence collection every 6 years.
On-the-job training is not everything, especially in nursing. Like, if you're going to be successful and be a good nurse, you're going to need to put time in the hospital and then also outside of the hospital. You're going to need to go above and beyond, especially to earn that respect of your peers. And you're going to need to, research and look up certain diagnoses and look up certain meds and stuff like that until you become confident at that stuff. It doesn't happen overnight. It just takes time. Advice too is always go with your gut. And if something seems wrong, then it probably is. And if you don't know something, either ask someone or look it up.
To prepare for a specialized career in the field, individuals can earn an advanced nursing degree. Master's degree holders often pursue roles such as clinical nurse specialist, certified nurse midwife, certified registered nurse anesthetist, and nurse practitioner. Professionals in these specialized positions often earn significantly higher salaries than nurses in more general roles.
The nursing field is huge and has a lot to offer. There is a great variety of careers according to an article on nurse.org There are over 100 nursing specializations. This does not include specializations that require more than a BSN. While the most linear career path is getting your BSN and receiving a license to practice nursing, some go in other directions. Dr. Matthias, nurse educator, program coordinator, and professor at UNCW, was kind enough to let me interview her, and here's a clip of her talking about some of the career paths that her students have taken over the years.
I have students who are teaching. I have students who have been colleagues as educators. I have students that are nurse practitioners. I have students that have opened their own clinics. I have students that have opened daycare. I have students that are teaching in high schools. I have students that are legal nurse consultants. I have students that are working in insurance. So yeah, there are so many. I've had students too that have gone back to medical school. So there's a lot of different things. That's what I'm saying. Like getting a 4-year degree in nursing, like your opportunities are limitless of places that you can work.
In general, Dr. Matthias was saying that getting a bachelor in science and nursing does not simply limit you to one career your entire life. You don't necessarily have to be a nurse with this degree, but most people are. I found this infograph on nursinglicensmap.com, and I thought it was a great way to demonstrate the generally linear career path that nursing has. At UNCW, most students follow the teal path on the right and go for their BSN, then test for licensure and work as a registered nurse. Part of the infographic got cut out, and the part that is missing is the continuation of the teal line, which is supposed to represent going down a path of higher education for different nurse specialties that may require a master's or PhD. Just to give more specific examples of careers that are beyond working as a nurse, I found some on nightingale.edu. These examples are not limited to nurse manager, public health nurse, informatics nurse, nurse ethicist, and nurse researchers. I found a video made by Nurse Blake on YouTube, and he explains one of these jobs in more depth.
Next, we have research nurses. This is such a cool job. I know many of my friends have been research nurses and they love it. So they help the physician and patients work together on clinical trials. So they're asking patients questionnaires, they're researching different medications and procedures and reporting on it.
The demand for nurses is always high and is described in a research article by Seville and others as the unmet demand for nursing measured by minimum nurse-patient ratio is satisfied by other staff, meaning they have people working as nurses, although that is not necessarily their specialty. Essentially, it seems like hospitals and clinics are always looking for nurses. It should not be difficult to find a job as long as you have the right credentials. Dr. Matthias, who has a lot of experience in the nursing field, told me that it was very easy to get a job as well. And here's a clip of that.
One of the things that I love about nursing is that when you get your 4-year degree, there are so many different things you can do with that degree. Nurses are everywhere in every type of institution possible, and nurses are important to so many things that are outside of the hospital. That knowledge, and also the fact that I could really pick up and move anywhere and have a job. That's not always the case with other professions.
There is a high demand for nursing jobs just about anywhere in the world. You could choose to stay in the United States, or you could choose to work and move abroad. One thing that I learned from Dr. Matthias that I think is really great is that you can go absolutely anywhere with a nursing degree, and you get to choose what you want to do with it. There are so many opportunities that come with just graduating with a BSN, and these opportunities don't even include those that come with higher education. Overall, there are so many career paths that come with nursing, and you do not have to stick with the traditional job as a nurse. Once you find a job, you are not stuck at that job until retirement. There are so many different options and career paths that you can take advantage of. The field is very large and offers practically endless opportunities. We will now hear from Nancy Revis on what the daily life of a nurse looks like in multiple career paths.
We get there about 15 minutes early so we can give report. We huddle up, get report and assignments, and then we get individual report once we get on the floor from the assignment that we have. And then we take care of patients. So we see everything from abdominal pain, chest pain, strokes, traumas, gunshot wounds, people that's been involved in motor vehicle accidents. We would come in and it's a big report room. So we get report rooms on every single patient on the unit, which can include about 20 patients plus on one unit. And you have to know every single patient on that unit because they have triggers, and you want to know what they are so you're not being put in harm's way or you can prevent someone else being hurt by them.
On top of the experience that Nancy Revis has shared with us in being a bedside nurse, we find a statement from the America Tech College of Healthcare that says, "There is no typical day for being a nurse. Every single shift has the potential to be momentous, exhilarating, exhausting, energizing, or all of the above."
As a nurse manager, you are on call 365 days a year, day and night. So you're constantly on call. So I would typically go in, see if there was any issues at night that didn't need immediate attention that I may not have gotten a phone call for. Seeing what the staff needed to make their work life a little bit better. If there was equipment that they may need to make their day to go a little bit better. If there was a workflow or a workaround that we needed to fix to make it run more smoothly, coming up with those processes, policies, supporting staff. Sometimes you have nurse management meetings with staff, disciplinary actions. Nobody likes to write people up for not coming to work or for unintentionally doing something to a patient, but you have to do those things. The biggest thing is just support your staff.
Vicki Hess wrote an article for a healthcare source that stated, "In my experience, many nurse managers don't spend as much time connecting with their team members as they should." Nancy Revis agreed with this statement and shared how she interacted with her staff during her time as nurse manager.
Meeting with social workers, meetings about just the facility in itself, making sure staff is ready if the state were to pop in at any time that they could answer appropriate questions for that. And then planning activities for staff because you want to have good morale, and for the staff to make sure that they know that they're appreciated and that they are doing a great job.
Within the daily life of being a nurse, nurses are faced with many obstacles and hardships. Nancy Rose will now share with us one of her hardest obstacles that she had to overcome.
So ER can be very challenging, and sometimes you have to put your emotions on the back burner. So you can literally code a child and they die, and you have to go into your next patient to take care of them. So that can be a challenge, especially when I had one experience with a child who passed and I had kids the same age as that child. And so you take a second for yourself to kind of push through it, and then you have to go on to your next patient with a smile on your face and act like nothing is wrong. So that can be a bit of a challenge. Now I've been doing it so long and have worked in the ER so long, you kind of become numb to it. So it's another person that's died. Let's go and try to save the next one.